for the Chiefs going forward, as we look around this landscape, we know the Raiders probably won't get it together, but Chargers, Broncos, this is going to be really hard for the Chiefs for a really long time.
Yeah, and you're right. And I agree. I knew he was going to be good because I saw it ended up be good. I didn't know that he was going to have this type of impact this early. And, the funny thing is, last year I was talking a lot about Russell Wilson and just him not having the respect from Sean Payton. We saw that, right? Because Sean Payton consistently came out and was basically just bagging on Russell Wilson. He having guys in here. You don't be a politician. It was like a constant. There wasn't respect level there. And you saw on the sidelines earlier this year where Bo Nix went right back at Sean Payton. And there was a mutual respect. So I think coming in the door, earning that respect from a guy like Sean Payton, who's a hard-nosed, old-school kind of mentality coach, it says a lot. And that division is going to be sharp for a long time. And whatever the hell the Raiders were thinking about not coming to the season without a quarterback, I mean, don't get me wrong. Browers is good. The tight end, he's good. They drafted. I think he's going to be good for a long time. But you got to get somebody to throw him the damn ball. And if you can't survive in this division with Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert, and now Bo Nix, who could be a problem for a long time.
Shawne, how hard is it? You played at a high level as an outside linebacker, defensive end. How hard is it to just turn it on in December and January? Is this something that can happen?
Yeah, it's hard, man, because it's a mentality that you kind of set early on of who we are. And that's like you just waking – you're an unmotivated person, and one day you just roll out of bed and you're just this motivated person. Like, it just doesn't work that way. It's a build-up process. Like, hey, this is who I am. Now, I might have some bad days, but I'm this actual motivated person. And, to your point last year, like with Snead, I thought that they were going to be terrible this year. I mean, I really did when Snead left. And because you're right, some of those big games last year against the Ravens and it was the defense. It was the defense that came up, made those big plays to get those guys. Drew Tranquil, coming in, making big plays. It was the defense last year. Chris Jones, who closed games out, who was a defense, and they're not as strong as they were, but yet they're winning. That's the scariest part of it all. And it reminds me back of those early 2000s, the mid 2000s, the late 2000s Patriots, where I didn't think they were that good some of those years. 07, they were good, but they had some years. In 09, they wasn't that good. I think in 010, they won. And so when that's the scariest part when you're playing teams like that you may be better than. It's several different positions, and you look up at the scoreboard, you're like, how do they got 3 more points more than us? How does that happen? And how do you get sacked 5 times and still win the game? It's just things like that they just find ways to win games. And with the Chargers, if they really look to go take this, they're going to have to put a nail in the coffin because you can't give them a shot at any point in time because you know what Patrick Mahomes is going to do. But also, too, you don't want to be in a third and long situation with Chris Jones breathing down your neck. You just don't want to do that. And so you got to stay out of those situations, put the nail in the coffin early in a game where it's not coming down to that because we know what those guys are going to do on the other end. We know what Andy Reid can do. They got to put the nail in the coffin if they plan on going and taking this thing.